So my name is Judy Achieng. I am from Kenya, an organization called Siasa Place, which is an organization where young people are trained and taught on political processes. So the project that we are working on is called Accountability Shujas. And Shujas is a Swahili word for heroes. And so translating it to English is accountability heroes. And the reason why the project is called that is because we have a lot of young people who are doing an amazing job with social accountability in their communities, but they go uncelebrated. So that's why we call it Accountability Shujas. So to celebrate them, but also support the initiatives that they are working on in their communities to create change through local and social accountability. Great. So in layman's language, democracy is a rule of the people, for the people, by the people. And in my introduction for the project, I mentioned that these are young people who are doing an amazing job to create change in their communities. And that change is through political process, a political process that is social accountability. And that's the first avenue of young people's political participation, which is a democratic process. So young people are asked to go out to participate in public participation processes so that they are part of the budget that speaks to their community. So that's how the project contributes to enhancing and advancing democracy in their communities. I love innovation because I'm a young person and I like to think that young people love a lot of creativity. And one way of innovation is using creative methods to participate. And I think that's one of the things that the project has been able to bring out, because young people are having political discourse. Young people are pushing for accountability in their communities through art. So we call it Art for Social Change, where we have young people who are doing spoken word pieces, they're doing poems, they are doing drawings, and they're also doing illustrations, and they can do really nice articles talking about the work that is being done in the community. So that's the aspect of innovation. And according to me, innovation is using alternative means that reaches the people, not the traditional means. So for example, usually we would use a lot of writing materials, a lot of written materials, a lot of writings to explain what democracy is. But for a young person who's 18 years old, for them, if they see it through a drawing, if they see it through a creative piece, that pushes them to want to know more. It pushes them to want to be a part of the process. And that for me is innovation. I think for me, I liked the reporting and communication for development, because that's at the core of my work. And for me, reporting doesn't necessarily have to be reporting for the end of a project, but we also have to realize the steps that we've taken, the strides that we've taken, and the impacts that we've been able to create. And the SMART aspect, the specific, measurable, attainable or actionable, realistic, and time-bound, was something that really stuck to me. So before I do any report from now on, I have to check, how specific is it? Can I measure the outcomes? Is it attainable? Is it realistic? And what are the timelines that I've set for me to realize this change if the change hasn't been realized yet? And communication goes back to everything, because communication for me is feedback. So what feedback is coming from the project that I've done? What are people saying? What change has it created? How do the people in the communities feel about it? So the training has been very essential to the work that I do, because it has helped me to rate it as more than just the day-to-day activities, but something that I also use to measure my impacts as an individual who's implementing the project. I think so far so good. The foundation has been very instrumental in responding to the key needs, the key areas of capacity. However, I would recommend, I know that there's already a needs assessment that goes on before the capacity building, but it will be great to be more intentional. I know the capacity building areas that were set for this round was after a baseline survey or something, but I think it will be more intentional to just find out from the participants what are the key areas that you need to be capacity built on. That way we stay on course, and we also get to respond to the specific needs of individuals. I mean, not everybody will be happy with everything, but sometimes it's always good to hit the nail on the head